Oh, yeah. It's the best day of the year. That's all I want to play. I don't want the YouTube police to shut me down. Welcome to Blue Jay Banner. As you know, all week long, we're talking brackets because I've always said if you do any kind of a talk show on radio or a show like this, you're not talking brackets. Come on. You're missing out. I hope you enjoyed the first 3 days of the week as we had people come on with their picks. If you missed any of them, go back on our YouTube channel. You can find them all. And today and tomorrow, we're going to break down the day, take a look at some games, who we think, maybe if you still haven't filled out your bracket, you can get a little tip here. And then take a look at some betting angles today as well. Mike Rochon, normally going to be here today and tomorrow, but Mike's come down with the flu, so he's hoping to be back tomorrow. So I'm flying solo today. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. It helps us out a ton. And let's kick it right off with Infusion Brewing Company. Great sponsor. Great place to go watch basketball, man. They're big basketball fans over there in Infusion, so they're going to have the games on all over the place. Plus, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous the next 2-3 days. So be able to sit outside on their patio and have a nice cold beer, get a flight, check out everything they have to offer, all the taste test, all the different beers, and then grab about 3 or 4 6-packs and bring them home, and you'll be set for the weekend of hoops. So check it out. That's Infusion Brewing, infusionbrewing.com. Okay, so today what we're going to do, a couple things. One, we're just going to kind of go through the quadrants of schedules a little bit. We're not going to go through every game, but we're going to just kind of tell you the major matchups today and what time they are. Then we're going to talk about 2 teams. I'm going to pick 2 teams that a 6 seed or better or worse, 6 seed or worse, that are absolutely going to win today. And then we'll look at some gambling angles. All right, so we're kicking it off right off the get-go today. TCU Ohio State is the first game, obviously, but most people around here in the Omaha area obviously are looking at Nebraska and Troy, which kicks off at 11:40. The TCU Ohio State game, you have a couple TVs or go to the sports bar like I'm going to. That Ohio State TCU game should be awesome. Should be an awesome game. We'll go through a little of our picks later. Also in that early window, I mean, the early window really is stacked today. You've got probably 3 highly anticipated games, and then obviously the game of local interest here. South Florida and Louisville play. Now, Louisville is without their best player. He will not play today, or they're hoping Saturday. I think that was a word, but it looks like he's out this weekend. So you're going to get what you get with Louisville. So if you picked him in your bracket, I'm not 1,000,000% convinced that South Florida is going to win this game. Like a lot of people are. I have not seen a bracket where somebody took Louisville seriously. Everybody's taking South Florida. I think, sometimes that happens. I would say a majority percent of the time when everybody's on an underdog, they usually do come through. There are times, though, when you are surprised and the actual favorite wins. But that's going to be a game of interest. And then the High Point Wisconsin game, a lot of people have picked High Point. You've heard me say it a million times. Man, you never want to go against Wisconsin in the first 2 rounds. So that all those games are early. So, geez, what a great set of early games. Then you go into the mid to late afternoon games. They're downers to me. You got Siena and Duke. You got McNeese and Vanderbilt, which I think is going to be a very good game, very much closer than people think. North Dakota State and Michigan State, I don't see the Bison winning that one. And then Hawaii, Arkansas, another game. I mean, nobody knows anything about Hawaii, right? Who watches Hawaii? They're never on TV. They've got a big, I know that. Um, yeah, I could see that game being closer than 15.5 points, but at any rate. So that's kind of your daytime set of games. I know nobody be working today. I mean, if you are at work, you're not going to work. So we will cover the later games here in a second, but let's talk about Vino Moss. Go to Vino Moss today. Another great place you can watch games at. Two great locations over in Legacy and in Eagle Run Shopping Center. That's the original location. The new one's in Legacy. The one in Eagle Run at 144th and Maple, just go south one block, and it's right next to Blue Sushi there in the Eagle Run Shopping Center. Live music twice a week, and then the great wine tastings throughout the week. I think it's tonight on the Legacy location and tomorrow at the other location. So check them out. It's great. Join the wine club. You get wines from all over the world every month. And it's a great way to discover new wines. It's a great way to be able to pair food with wine because they have a ton of recipes on their website. Lets you know what food to pair with what wine, and it's fabulous. And as I've said many times, the staff there is just fantastic. So check them out. That is Vino Moss. All right, nighttime games. We have, let's see, I've got to look at this one because my sheet was not updated when I do this. So we've got the Michigan Howard game on the late shift tonight. That will be in the early window. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 games in the early window. We've got the Michigan Howard game. And then also we've got a very interesting game, and I've seen some upsets in this one, BYU and Texas. I think that's an interesting game. The other early games, a flip of the coin matchup. I think it's pretty close to 50-50. Texas A&M and St. Mary's. A lot of love for the 10 seed Texas A&M Aggies. And then another game where I've just seen almost everybody pick this upset: VCU in North Carolina. Obviously North Carolina down a couple players, but VCU, they're pretty strong. I mean, they were right there with St. Louis in the A-10 all year long. So interesting games there. The late shift, we've got some interesting tilts. Penn and Illinois. Fran McCafferty comes back to the big dance, and who does he end up playing? Another Big Ten team, Illinois. St. Louis and Georgia, 8-9 game. I've seen it all over the board. Half people I think majority of people are taking St. Louis, but that's going to be a tight one as well. A yawner will be Kennesaw State and Georgia. I don't think Kennesaw State's very good. I said Kennesaw State and Georgia. Kennesaw State and Gonzaga. I don't think Kennesaw State's very good. And then if you want to just watch a vicious blowout, Idaho and Houston. I'd be stunned, absolutely stunned if this game is in single digits, because usually when Houston plays teams that they should beat by a lot, Kelvin Sampson just hammers them. So I think coming into this game, I get the feeling that they have a lot to prove. I don't know. I just kind of do. So anyway, that's your lineup for the day. Games are on CBS, TNT, TBS, and True TV. All 4. DirecTV, that's channel 3. That's 245, 246, 247. That's a great. DirecTV does a great job with those channels because they're all in the same tier. I've seen other companies they're all over the place, but the Turner ones are all in the same tier, so you can flip back and forth real easy. All right. Now let's take a look at a couple of games. 6 seed or worse, I'm saying this team is winning. Okay. I wish I could have used last night because I would have told you Miami was going to win that game, and they did. So if I'm going to say this team is going to win today, 6 seed or better. Boy, that's a tough one. I'm going to go number one. My number one pick is going to be Texas A&M. I could just be wrong on this one, but I just really got a feeling Texas A&M is going to beat St. Mary's. The 6 or greater. The other one is a lock. I like Ohio State a lot today. A lot. I like their team. Plus Jamie Dixon. I just I zero trust in that guy. Zero. So I would say Ohio State and A&M, 2 teams. Yeah. And that would be the very first game of the day and then the first game of the evening. So the second game of the evening shift. Okay. Before we get into some gambling angles here, our final sponsor, RTI Threads. Go to RTI Threads. You go to rtithreads.com. You can order anything. They've got so much stuff there. Hats, tees, quarter zips. Tons with Creighton logos. Tons with logos of other teams. Maybe you want to go to a party here and, you want to order something. So go to RTI Threads. Check it out. And if your business wants a product, maybe you want to make some T-shirts for your business. Hey, get a hold of RTI Threads. They'll design them. They'll shoot it back to you. Say, how does this look? They'll print them up. It's easy. Very, very easy. And, they did that for a Blue Jay banner. So we're very appreciative of that as our sponsor. So check it out. That's RTI Threads. All right. Now, let's give you some gambling angles here. I just mentioned the Ohio State. They're only 2.5-point favorites. That seems really light to me. I think that's a great trend. All right, everybody was talking about the local game, Nebraska. 13.5-point favorites. That seems heavy to me. I don't know. They haven't just crushed people like they were earlier in the last month. So I would lean toward taking Troy and the 13.5 points there. And then I would also, a better angle here is the over at 137.5. I think that's a little bit light, but 2 teams that can score. I mean, Troy's averaging 80 points a game. Obviously, Nebraska can score. So, by the way, we're just having fun here. These are just recreational tips. Please, please, please gamble responsibly. All right. The South Florida Louisville one scares me. I want to stay away from that one. Also, I've said I like Wisconsin. I don't like the 10.5. I do like. I mean, I know Wisconsin scores now. It's not the old. It's not your daddy's Wisconsin. It just seems 164.5 is awfully heavy. Yeah, I kind of like the under in that one. Okay, let's move on to the afternoon tilt. There's not a lot there, to be honest with you. 16.5 seems a little heavy with North Dakota State. I'd take North Dakota State there, 16.5. Hawaii, Arkansas is another one at 160.5. Team that doesn't get to the NCAA very often. Hawaii, 16.5. That seems high to me. I like a lot of the unders today, by the way. However, on the flip side of that, don't like the Vanderbilt 11.5. That seems like a lot. But I do like the over 150. I think those teams can really fill it up. Those 2 teams. Night game, obviously, VCU getting 2.5. You'd like to get a little more, but I like the one I really like is A&M getting 3.5. That's a nice number. Also, I look for A&M and St. Mary's. That's a high number for St. Mary's, 147. Go under that. And then the other one, it's 23.5 points, Houston over Idaho. I like Houston to smack them. Yeah, then one game we didn't talk about at all was BYU and Texas. And that is an intriguing matchup. That the last time I saw was 2.5. That seems insanely low to me. I think Texas is. If you watched Texas the other night, yeah, they won the game, but they can go really ugly. And BYU's got the size to match up with them. They didn't appear to me to have a guy that's going to be able to stop the Bonson. So I like BYU. That's probably I would say today of all the ones, that's the one I would circle right there, BYU. All right, that wraps it up for today. We'll be back with you tomorrow, talk about some of the results. Hopefully, Mike will be back with us. We can talk about some of the results, see how everybody's bracket's doing, and then highlight the action on Friday. Good luck in all your brackets. Of all the years I've done this brackets, I have seen the fewest people take upsets this year of any year ever. Now, I don't know if that's people using AI or people just don't have a lot of faith in some of these, 6 through 16 seeds, but let's see what happens. I guess that wouldn't be an upset today, would it? 9 through 16 today. All right. Thanks, folks. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Check out all the other product we've done this week. We've got a tutorial on there to fill out your brackets. You got a little time to look at that, I guess. And then you can check out everybody else's brackets. So thanks. We'll see you tomorrow.